Life is a choice. Two eggs were telling each other what they wanted to be when they hatched. The first egg said, I want to be an oyster when I hatch. An oyster just stays in the water and never has to make any decisions. The currents of the ocean just move it about, and it doesn't have to plan what's ahead of him. The ocean water brings its food. Whatever the ocean provides is what the oyster receives. No more, no less. The first egg continued, That's the life for me. It may be limited, but there are no decisions to make and no responsibilities to accomplish. There's a secure existence controlled only by the ocean. The second egg has this to say I wish to be an eagle, for it is free to go where it wants to go and do what it pleases. The second egg has this to say That's not the life for me. I wish to be an eagle, for it is free to go where it wants to go and do what it pleases. Of course, it is responsible for hunting its own food and making survival decisions, but it is also free to fly as high as the highest mountains. The eagle, continued the second egg, is in control instead of being controlled by others. I want no limits placed upon me, nor do I want to be a slave, nor do I want to be a slave of the ocean. I am willing to expend the efforts required to live the life of an eagle. I will create my own destiny. What role would you like to portray in real life? The same as that of an oyster or that of an eagle? The choice is yours. Focus your desire. Lesson number 2. Focus your desire. Desire your focus. Socrates, the Greek philosopher, was walking side by side with his pupil by the river when the latter asked his mentor, How can I become enlightened? What must I do? The philosopher shoved his pupil into the river and pushed him under the water until the young student was completely submerged. Socrates' pupil remained submerged in the water. He tried to fight his mentor's grip, but it was too tight to resist. Desperately, he tried to free himself, but again to no avail. Finally, at the point of drowning, Socrates released his grip, and the pupil drew himself off the water while gasping for air. What are you thinking? Why I hold you under the water? Socrates asked. At first I thought of many things. Student answered. But after a few seconds, when there is no sign that you would release me, all I can think of is air, air. Give me air. When you desire enlightenment with the same intensity, you will, said Socrates smiling, you will soon have it. The same applies to achieving your goals. You must desire it wholeheartedly. Desire is the fuel that propels you to influence your thoughts and actions to fulfill your objectives. Burning desire helps you overcome obstacles and draws inspiration from your subconscious mind. A strong desire, together with proactive beliefs, a keen intention, and continuous action, will attract you to people, circumstances, and events necessary, or situations necessary for you to become successful. The moment you make a decision to fulfill your goals, the whole universe conspires to make it happen. The True Person's Creed, lesson number 3. Solomon said, I establish for myself the following creed, which I strive to keep as a true person. This creed reflects a befitting attitude towards money, which you should accept, commit to memory, and consciously apply. Then, day by day, and little by little, the creed shall permeate your whole being and become a dynamic force of nature. Number 1. I will earn money and be fruitful, to labor 6 days and rest the 7th. To multiply money like a grain of corn when planted on a fertile soil, and to gain dominion over money's powerful essence, that my riches may use for worthy purposes. Number 2. I will refrain from the love of money, for such passion causes all sorts of wickedness to manifest from the heart, consequently attracting weighty troubles. Number 3. I will respect and follow the higher laws of the divine order, which brings about the fulfillment of my worthy aspirations by making my efforts fruitful and by giving me freedom and dominion concerning money matters. Number 4. I will walk along the counsel of wise men who possess special ability for managing money and experience bountiful harvest. Number 5. I will not pursue ill-gotten monetary gains, for such profits bear an inescapable curse that is thousandfold greater than the misery of living in poverty. Number 6. I will enact every monetary transaction with honesty and integrity, so that my heart may remain pure and my mind sober. Number 7. I will refrain from the passion for wine, pleasure, and luxury, for it is not conducive to make my fortune to grow. Number 8. I will always measure the value of my fellow men with far greater importance than the temporal value of my riches. Number 9. I will follow the laws of the land under God on the corporeal matters of life. Number 10. I will let a humble spirit be my hallmark, rejecting the temptation to be dominated by pride and haughtiness because of my affluence. Number 11. I will always be generous in all ways, choosing not to hoard riches that would be detrimental and grievous evil towards humanity. Number 12. I acknowledge that God owns everything that exists, including all the wealth of the world, and assumes the responsibility that ownership invokes. Consequently, my primary aim is to be God's spiritual possession, for all of the other details of life then shall be orderly and blessed. Proverb. Ask the Lord to bless your plans, and you will be successful in carrying them out. The lesson number 4. The Gospel of Wealth. Lesson number 4. The Gospel of Wealth. King Solomon said, in order to gain financial freedom, in order to achieve financial freedom by following God's financial guidelines, you must make certain destiny-changing commitments. Commit yourself to honor the Lord with your life, which will give your existence profound meaning and purpose. Spiritual enlightenment contributes to good character, which is the cornerstone of true riches. No amount of wealth can set you free and to live your fullest and atone for poverty of character. Only through meaningful relationship with your Maker can you accomplish these things. Commit yourself to honor the Lord with your wealth, for your Creator is the eternal proprietor of everything that exists. Property and wealth included. The best way for you to honor the Most High is with your wealth, for your heartstring is attached securely to your purse string. The Almighty will test the sincerity of your heart with the challenge to share your finances to others who are in need. Nothing reveals your true character as much as the uses to which you put your money. Commit yourself to honor the Lord by discovering why your Maker supplies you with more money than is required to meet your own financial needs. You have more so that you may give more, and you will receive more that you may then give again. Joyfully share joyfully share a generous portion of all that you earn, and find much favor with the great provider. If you want your life to have a significant impact, focus and commit it with intense passion towards His purposes. Solomon said, "Gold finds its way into the purse of a man who gives more and better service. Surely as the sun rises in the east." Lesson number 5. Great talent is not necessary. Felipe, who loves to venture in any trade or business, wants to know the secret of success. His recent involvement in a business did not prosper. His own family begged him to stop dreaming and look for a good 8 to 5 job. However, Felipe did not heed the advice. Instead, went to see the richest man in the city. Please tell me your secret. Is it special talent? Is it intelligence?" asked Felipe. The rich man just smiled. "Let me tell you my story," the rich man began. "The first time I got involved in a business, I failed miserably. The second business I tried had failed before I even started. The third time I tried, I mismanaged. You see, I thought I needed a 50% ratio, a 50% success ratio to achieve my goals. But I was proven wrong." Felipe asked, "You mean you have to do better than 50%? "No, you hardly ever have to be right," answered the rich man. "I failed in all my 19 consecutive businesses. For every business, I lost almost 50,000 pesos for each, making it 950,000 pesos all in all. But on my 20th attempt, I triumphed for the first time. I may have lost 950,000 pesos, but what is that amount compared to 5 million pesos profit I gained? And that's only a one-shot deal." The rich man continued, "You see, you can be wrong and fail 19 out of 20 times, but still prevail in the end. You must be persistent. You can be wrong 95% of the time, but that should not stop you from trying again. Have courage and do not quit. You only need to have one good success. When you get rich and famous, Nobody will remember that you made 19 mistakes. Why? Because your mistakes disguise themselves as your stepping stones in achieving success. According to study, virtually everyone starts with nothing. More than 90% of financially successful people today started broke or nearly broke. The average self made millionaire has been bankrupt or nearly bankrupt 3.2 times. Most wealthy people failed many times before they finally found the right opportunity that they were able to leverage into financial success. If you never do anything, you would not commit a mistake. Get started by committing some mistakes, and success will come your way. If you want to accelerate your rate of success, you must double your rate of failure. Remember that success is on the far side of failure. Dare to fail. Soichiro Honda once said, and I quote, "Success is 99% failure." Lesson number 6, the bamboo. In the field near the river, there was a cluster of tall bamboos. Each year, they grew taller and stronger. Then one day, the farmer looked over the group, stood before the tallest one, and said, "My dear friend, I need you." "Sir," said the bamboo, "use me in any way you want. I am ready." Then the farmer's voice became a bit serious and said, "In order to use you, I've got to split you in half." "Of course," the bamboo reacted. "Split me? Why? I'm the nicest bamboo in this field." "No, please. Use me in any way you like. But whatever you do, don't split me in half." "Well, it's like this. If I can cut you down, I can't use you. If I can split you in half, I can't use you." Stillness hung over the garden. Even the wind was holding its breath. Then the majestic bamboo bowed its head. Then the majestic bamboo bowed its head and said, "Sir, if the only way to use me is to split me in half, do it." "But that's only part of it. But that's only a part of it," said the farmer. "I'm going to have to cut off all your branches and leaves too. Otherwise, I can't use you." "May the Lord spare me from that," said the bamboo. "That will be the end of my beauty. Spare me my leaves and branches, please. If I can't cut them off, I can't use you." The sun hid its face. The sun hid its face. A butterfly flitted about nervously. The bamboo, smitten to the core, then surrendered. "Sir, cut me down." "My dear bamboo friend," said the farmer, "I have to inflict even more pain on you. I have to take away even your heart and your insides. Otherwise, I cannot use you." The bamboo bent all the way to the ground and said, "Sir, cut and prune me as you wish." And so the farmer cut down the bamboo, lopped off its branches and leaves, split it down the middle, and then hollowed out its insides. Then he carried it away. Then he carried it through the parched fields and brought it to a spring of water. He connected the bamboo with the spring and let it carry the water to the fields and make them fruitful. And so it was that when the bamboo had been cut down, dismembered, and split right down the middle, it became a source of great blessing to the people. George Bernard Shaw once said, "This is the true joy in life, that being used for a purpose, recognized by yourself as a mighty one, that being a force of nature, instead of a feverish, selfish little cloud of ailments and grievances, complaining that the world will not devote itself to making you happy. I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the whole community, and as long as I live, it is my privilege to do for it whatever I can. It's my privilege to do for it whatever I can." I want to be thoroughly used up when I die. Life is no brief candle to me. I rejoice in life for its own sake. Life is no brief candle to me. It is a sort of splendid torch that I've got to hold up for the moment, and I want it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to future generations. Lesson number 7: you are worth millions. Suppose I am the richest man in town, and I own the company you are working for. In one of my business trips, I had a serious accident that severely damaged my eyes. The damage may cause permanent blindness if a transplant is not performed immediately. The only way to regain my normal sight, the only way to regain my normal sight is to find somebody or someone who has the same eye physiology as mine. Browsing on the company's employees' profiles, I came across your medical records and found out that you are the person I am looking for. Your eyes match mine. Now, this is my offer. I will pay you 1 million pesos if you are willing to grant your eyes for me. No? 2 million pesos. 5 million pesos. Will you now say yes? Without a doubt, nobody in his right mind would agree on such proposal, no matter how big the amount is being offered. You will realize within yourself that your real worth is more than just millions. You are priceless. And if you believe that you are worth more than millions, then why persist with your job, which only gives you 2,000 pesos, 5,000 pesos, 10,000 pesos, 20 or 20,000 pesos for a month? Why continue working so hard for a small sum and allow other people to take advantage of your potentials? Reassess yourself and rediscover your real value. Plant your wealth seed, your potential, in your own field. Redeem the blessed abundance of life. Redeem the blessed abundance of life. Don't settle for less of your true value. Earn it because you are worth millions. Solomon once said, "You yourself are the money machine. You have the ability and opportunity to earn a fortune during your lifetime. See yourself in your mind's eye as a creature having unlimited power to build wealth. There is no other creature in existence exactly like you. You are uniquely formed in your mother's womb to make the best of your God-given attributes so that you may succeed abundantly in the service of others."